Gold. Luxurious. Opulent. Sensual. Extravagant. Scandalous. Throughout history, gold has been the elixir of the aristocracy and the plaything of the elite. Now, Notes and Volts Enterprises brings you the pinnacle of luxury and elegance. The solid gold TS1 synthesizer. Why play a common synth when you can delight your fingertips with the audacity of solid gold? Oh yeah. So indulge yourself with a golden TS1 because why not?
Hey guys, what is up? It's your pal Dave from notesandvolts.com and welcome to a new installment in the Teensy-Synth video series. If you're brand new here, make sure you go check out the old videos to get yourself up to speed. In the last video, we did a comparison between the 16-bit audio from the Teensy audio board and the 12-bit audio from the built-in DAC. And we discovered that the 12-bit audio sounds pretty good for synth-related purposes. So I said I'd build up a version of the Teensy-Synth with the 12-bit audio out, and I did. Here it is. Why is it gold? How is it gold? We'll get to that in a moment, but you know what's more valuable than gold? Knowledge. So let's take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. Learn new skills or deepen your existing passions. I'm especially interested in the programming, electronics, and music classes, and Skillshare has hundreds to choose from. I found a really cool class called Introduction to Arduino, Creating Interactive Projects by the founder of Make Magazine, Mark Fraunfelder. I think this is a great class for people getting started with Arduinos. Skillshare is designed for learning, so there are no ads to break your concentration. And it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. Also, check out the link in the video description, and the first 1,000 viewers will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. So thanks again to Skillshare. Okay, so here it is, the golden Teensy-Synth. Why did I do this? I think it was just pure boredom. So I've made quite a few of these. And if I was going to make another one, I want to do something a little different. And I thought, hey, what about getting some gold PLA filament and printing the case in gold? So I did some searching and I found some gold PLA from CC3D. And I'll put a link in the video description so you can check this out on Amazon. But I actually really like it. It's very cool. I wasn't really expecting it to be as shiny as it is, but it's got a real gold shine and it looks pretty convincing. So this stuff's really cool, and I'm gonna look for some more stuff to do with it. The next thing I had to find was some suitable flashy gold knobs, and I got these ones. And they're all right. They're pretty cool. It's actually pretty hard to find gold knobs in the right size that you need. The only issue is that the Teensy-Synth uses D-shaft pots. So you can see like there's this flat spot on the potentiometer, and it's designed to fit into the flat spot on a normal knob. But these ones are not D-shaft. They are knurled shafts, so they're not designed for this. But luckily I found if you just really push it on with a little force, it will actually go on, and it works. It's pretty solid. So a little weird, but I seriously could not find any D-shaft gold pots, so you make do with what you got. And there's the bottom. You can see the shininess of the gold filament. It looks very cool. But all that is just superficial. What's really going on is on the inside, and that is a redesigned circuit board with a little section for the DAC audio out. Now, if we look at the schematic for this project, you can see that we're taking the audio out from the Teensy's built-in DAC pin, and it's going directly to the positive terminal of a 10 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, and then the other side is going to the tip of my audio jack. The shield of the audio jack is just going to a ground. So I designed a new board, and here's the section for that new audio output. So what I did is I added a little 2 extra header pins here. So you do 1 strip of header pins here, 1 here, and then a little 2-pin header right here, and that will pick up the DAC pin, which is actually on the back side of the Teensy chip. And then that will route it to the capacitor, which is right here, and then you can wire your output jack to these 2 pins here. So it's pretty straightforward. The cool thing is that if I want to use the original audio board, I can still use it with this circuit board. So here's the old version, and we use the audio board sandwich right here, and I took the audio out from the audio board's line out jacks right here. So if I want to still use this, I could just stick it into this slot and then wire up the wires right here. Or if I want to use without, just add the 2 little extra header pins and add the capacitor and take the audio out right from here. So the next thing I had to do was change the code to work with the 12-bit DAC. And we went through this in the last video, how to modify this code, but basically this was the old 16-bit output code, and I had to change it to this and replace it with this DAC command here. Once again, we went through how to do this in the last video, but I'll clean up this code and I'm going to include it with this video so you don't have to understand how it works, but just realize that, yeah, all the I2S1 calls are now gone and replaced with this DAC call. And then I had to go through the entire code and find any place it was putting out audio and change it to the DAC and remove all traces of I2S. Okay, enough talk. Let's plug this in and see how it sounds. All right, I think that sounds pretty good. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I'd like to sincerely thank my patrons on Patreon. As we enjoy their names at the end of the video, I'll play a little background music. And once again, thanks a lot, and I will see you all very soon.